Imagine if your family was awakened in the middle of the night by a team of federal officers. Well, that's exactly what happened to a woman and her children in Granville County.
Amanda Lamb is in the newsroom joining us now. And Amanda, we understand that because this case falls under the Patriot Act, a lot of the usual rights for defendants not available here.
That's right, David. The Patriot Act was created after 9/11. It allows federal agents to investigate suspected cases of terrorism swiftly in order to better protect our country. But one Granville County mother says it gives the federal government too much leeway. Her son was taken into federal custody 2 months ago. She can't get him out, and she can't get any answers. She says the Patriot Act stripped her son of his right to due process.
And we have no rights under the Patriot Act to even defend them, because the Patriot Act supersedes, basically, is superseding the Constitution.
In the article in Inside Magazine, it was mentioned that you didn't get a chance to read the bill completely before you had to vote on it. Is that true?
You know, that is interesting because a lot of people are fascinated with that possibility, and it is true. And they think, well, is this the first time that's happened? And I say, no, anything that's important, that's the usually way they do it. Unfortunately, what they do is they pull these shenanigans and say, you don't have much time. But we looked real hard for that bill. And even while I was going to the floor, the staff still could not get it off the internet. So that in itself should have been a reason for everybody to vote against it. So there was not a full disclosure there. We had an idea that they were taking a reasonably bad bill and substituting a very bad bill, which was the Senate version. The House had actually cleaned up the Senate version to some degree, but they switched it at the last minute. We did not have it in front of us, so that even made it that much easier to vote against.
Tomorrow, and she's got, she's still on probation until March of 2009, so other plans, stay.
The logical fallacy insists that just because event A preceded event B, it does not mean event A caused event B. Nevertheless, two Britney Spears stories tonight, at least one of them is half-baked, she was...
Okay, now are you ready for some American Idol?
This season's top 10 are hitting the road and may be coming to a town near you. Fox's Adam Housley has a behind.
Last night, we already knew the Bush administration had spied on some U.S. journalists inside the U.S. Last night on this newscast, we revealed the new allegation that Mr. Bush's National Security Agency was systematically, 24 hours a day, monitoring not just individual reporters, but entire U.S. news organizations, as well as other organizations, the identities of which we still don't know. Tonight in our third story, Russell... Good evening from New York. During his run for the presidency, Barack Obama, who taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago, argued strongly against the Bush administration use of executive authority, including its self-justification, its rationalization of the warrantless wiretapping of American citizens. Our fifth story on the countdown, that was then, this is now. President Obama's Justice Department now not just defending Bush officials from lawsuits surrounding National Security Agency domestic spying, but seeking to expand the government's authority by making it immune from any legal challenge regarding wiretapping. Ever. Welcome.
Congressman Gresham Barrett. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me say this, guys. I know you're mad.
In on a nation of sheep. Here's the question. Should Americans continue to sit back passively and allow the government to fleece away our freedom? Or is it time to become wolves and fight for our rights? Here are the facts. Freedom of speech is a God-given right absolutely protected by the United States Constitution in the First Amendment. But ever since the Patriot Act was signed into law, this freedom has been severely diminished. No longer can you be completely open with your significant other. No longer can you share all of your innermost secrets with your priest in the privacy of the confessional. No longer can you share confidential details with your personal attorney, who may need that information in order to defend you adequately in a court of law.
Just coming into CNN here in the Situation Room, a new ruling against the centerpiece of the Bush administration's war on terror. According to the Associated Press, and they just moved this story, a federal judge in Oregon is now saying that some of the provisions of the USA Patriot Act are unconstitutional. The reason those provisions allow search warrants to be issued without showing probable cause. Let me read from Judge Ann Aiken's ruling. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, as amended by the USA Patriot Act, she says, now permits the executive branch of government to conduct surveillance and searches of American citizens without satisfying the probable cause requirements of the Fourth Amendment. As a result, she is saying that these provisions of the Patriot Act, at least two of them, are unconstitutional. This could be a severe setback to the Bush administration on this sensitive issue. We'll watch the story, get more information as it becomes available.